What's going on? Chances are if you tap it in this video, it's because you just installed a Skar Audio 4-channel amp and you're looking for some settings. In this video, I want to go over some settings that I used on my Skar Audio amplifier and what sounds best on my 2021 Mustang GT. We've used a Skar Audio SA-125.4D amplifier. We use Skar Audio 6.5-inch TX65 component speakers and a set of their Skar Audio TX-T tweeters. So this is kind of like the first phase of my system, and I'm kind of just dialing it in for the best sounds. So we're gonna go over a few things that I did and things that I learned to make my system sound as best as possible. So let's get into it. So here's my amplifier. It's set up in the trunk in the spare tire area. I modified the foam basket back here that usually houses the air pump to temporarily hold my amplifier. I plan to expand this audio system using a sub, the Skar Audio sub that kind of goes in this area here, along with their amplifier. So I'll have a double amplifier back here. I'm gonna redo this whole to showcase all of that. So that'll be in a later video, but for now we're just gonna go over these settings. So initially when I had this set up, I was using the high pass filter on both channels 1 and 2 and channels 3 and 4. I was using the high pass filter on both, which was a mistake. I learned later because the sound quality was good, but it was all highs and mids. Doing some research, talking to a friend about the settings I was using for this system, that I should be using their full setting to utilize the full frequency or sound quality out of the component speakers. So these speakers right here. So I switched the system to full 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 channels, and made these adjustments to the gain and to the filter. So 1 and 2 are my front channels, my driver passenger fronts, and I have the gain set to 1, 2, 3 notches on that. We're set to the full setting for our filter. So we're getting the full sound frequency out of that, and then our filter is just set to like 2.5 on the notches hertz. So it gives us a nice clear sound without being too high and without being too low. So no distortion on that. It sounds very clear. Get a lot of bass coming through. And then our 3 and 4 channels, we have our gain at right about 3.5 for our gain. Again, we're on the full position, and we have our filter set down to 1.5. So we're getting a lot of the bassier tones and lower sound frequencies out of the rear speakers, and they sound really good. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over that. We're still on auto remote turn on, which is working great. Haven't had any issues out of that. So the easiest way to describe the settings, or that helped me understand it, was your HPF, your high pass filter, is going to filter out all of the frequencies except for high frequencies. So you're going to be left with all the high frequencies when you switch it to the HPF, or high pass filter. So again, it filters out all other frequencies besides your high frequencies. And vice versa, the low pass filter is going to filter out everything that's not low. So you'll have, if you set it to your high pass filter, you'll get all the highs, which is what I was doing originally. I had that on both the front and the rear channels. So my highs and mids were great. My bass was more of a punchy bass, no low end bass at all. No resonating bass is how I could describe it. But it did sound very clear in the highs and the mids. And I did this initially because my initial research led me to believe that if I did not, that I would blow out my speakers. And I would turn my radio on, my speakers would blow out because I'm trying to play lower frequencies on these component speakers and tweeters. So I played it safe, put it on the high pass filter, and I listened to it for about a week that way. And it was very rebelly, like very high pitch. The highs were very high, and it'd be ear piercing to your ears, and you'd have to turn it down because all you were getting was the high sound frequency. So I talked to my buddy Seth. Shout out to my boy Seth. He helped me kind of understand these filters and why it's okay to run it on our full setting on the amplifier. Set the amplifier to both channels to full because I don't have a sub right now. If I had a sub, it'd be different, but right now there's no sub in the system. It's a 4-channel system, component speakers, and a set of tweeters. So set it to full, had my volume all the way down. We had the gains all the way down, and we had our frequencies set kind of mild, maybe like on notch 3 or something. And then we slowly turned up the volume on the radio, kept all those factory equalizer settings zeroed out basically, so the radio's not doing anything as far as equalizers. And we turned it on full, and we just started turning up the volume a little bit, setting the gain as well on the amplifier. So turned the gain up until it started to get a little distorty, then turned it down. We did that on both channels. The sound was really nice. It was really good. And then we adjusted the filter from there. So I'm running the rear speakers, or the rear set, which is 3 and 4, channel 3 and 4. I'm running those on kind of a lower filter setting. So I'm getting all the low sounds. And then my 1 and 2 channels, I have those set to more of a high frequency sound. So I'm getting a little bit higher pitch up front. So it sounds really good. It's very clean, evened out until we get our sub, and then we'll have to readjust those settings, probably set things back to a high pass filter, let the channels 1 and 2 kind of handle our highs and our mids, and then our rear speakers will have maybe handle our mids, and then the sub will do all the lows. So that's what we're looking at. But yeah, got the system sounding really good now. I'm going to try to see if I can play some sample music from YouTube and give you guys an idea of what it sounds like. So let's take a look.